Hello, everybody. It's Murialda here once again, and welcome to episode 14 of Let's Browse. Yay. So, I'm a day late. Yes, real life got in the way of, YouTube stuff. Basically, the head of IT and our parent company decided to come and visit us all the way from Germany, and it was a surprise visit. And of course, afterwards, he wanted everyone to go out to dinner with him. And I wound up not even getting home until I would have normally had this uploaded, and I went straight to bed. So, yeah, we're a little bit late, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's get to the browsing. So, actually, before we get to the browsing, I have something to complain about. So, AmiAmi has updated their site and they broke something that I really, really loved. You know all these nice little shortcuts I made where you can view 200 items per page? Doesn't work anymore. Really pisses me off because now the maximum you can view is 50 items per page. And I just hate that because now, instead of having 11 pages for the pre-owned section, 2,074 items, instead of going through 11 pages, I now have to go through frickin' 42 pages. Ugh. Ami, why you do this to me? But for now, I guess I'll just update my bookmark. Because why not? This really irritates me. But it is what it is. They must have had a reason to do it. Maybe it was affecting bandwidth or something. But anyways, that's that. Let's actually browse figures and suggestions, and we'll minimize that. So our first suggester is Asuna Yuki. Now this was actually from 2 videos ago, but YouTube in their infinite wisdom decided that this was a spam message. So I missed it. It is not a spam message. It is suggestions, YouTube. So let's look at what Asuna Yuki is suggesting. The first one is Rin Tosaka cosplaying as Archer from Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. This is by Aniplex and Stronger. It's a 1/7 scale figure. Came out in May 21st of 2016. And MSRP was 12,000 yen. So this one, I love Rin, but honestly, this figure I've never been a fan of. It's a cool concept and everything of her cosplaying Archer, but I just feel they did a horrible job sculpting her. It just doesn't look good to me. The face kind of feels a little bit off, and just the pose kind of feels off. The colors and everything work together okay. The swords look really nicely done. I honestly think the sword, at least in the preview picture, is the best part of the figure. Like I said, that face, maybe if she had a different expression on her face, it would look better. And maybe if she had different bottoms on it, I don't know, it doesn't look that great to me. Of course, I'm sure there's Fate Stay Night fans and there's Ren fans out there that would want to murder me for saying that because they would love this figure. But I don't know. Like I said, I just don't think it turned out very well. It's kind of shiny looking too. There's the preview picture, or the gray prototype, and it has been out for a while and only 12 user pictures, and average rating 9.13 out of 85, so not a horrible rating honestly, but Let's see how she turned out. Let's see if we can find a good one. So we'll look at that one and that one. And yeah, so those are over here. So yeah, looks pretty much like the prototype. So you are getting what you're expecting. But unfortunately, to me, that's not a good thing. Oh well. It is what it is. If you like her, get her. If you don't like her, don't get her. It's up to you. So the next one Asuna Yuki is asking about is another Lucy Heartfilia from Fairy Tail. This is the Amakuni Hobby Japan exclusive version of her. She is a 1A scale figure and came out May 29th of 2015, and MSRP was 9,074 yen. So I like Lucy. I have 2 Lucy figures now, and I have considered this one. It's pretty nice and everything. However, being exclusive, and she came out earlier, so it was like the beginnings of my collection. I didn't really know how to do exclusives, so she wasn't at the normal stores that I looked at, and it was at the time where I had one Lucy, and I had the rule of only buy one figure of the character, which I have since kicked to the curb because it's a stupid rule, in my opinion, for me. Maybe for you. It's a good rule to, try to save your wallet's life, but my wallet has been long dead, so yeah. Anyways, like I said, I think this is a pretty good looking Lucy. I do know that her base is huge, so be warned for that. It's also pretty plain yellow. But yeah, it's a nice face on her. I like this one better than my Good Smile one, but not as much as my White Cat Gravier style version. The hair seems a little bit shiny, I'll say that. That's one of the few negatives on this figure that I can see. A nice little booty on her, and she's holding a key. And I'm pretty sure she does have an alternate head as well. And of course, you can't have Lucy without the big boobs. So yeah, like I said, I think this one looks pretty good. Clothing looks nicely colored, and like the shading on her sleeve thing works good. Sculpt looks good. Face, yeah, I'd say it looks kind of like Lucy. It is a little bit off, but it's hard. I've noticed that Lucy's face is a very hard thing for sculptors to get right. So it's not just this one. But I do like the hairstyle with like the, twin ponytails. And then here is her like original hairstyle, which is the alternate head I had mentioned. So you got the, longer hair and then the one little poofy thing up there. Yep, looks good. Like I said, I have considered this one in the past. I'm not really searching for her. Maybe if she pops up somewhere and I'm in the mood to buy a figure, I'll pick her up. If we look at the user pictures, here's a nice comparison just to show you, yes, she has a very giant base. So just be warned. So the third one that Asuna Yuki has asked about is Sena Kashiwazaki from Boku wa Tomodachi ga Sukinai, or Sukunai, Haganai. Yeah, this is the blacksmith version of her by QuestQ. She is a 1A scale figure and came out October 8th of 2015. And MSRP at the time was 12,500 yen. So yay, Sena. So Sena, of course, has big boobs. And since she is cosplaying the blacksmith, they are very exposed, except for, the bandage holding the nipples under it. And, typical girl armor in video games. The less armor you have, the better protected you are. So she's pretty well protected, except for her legs. No protection there at all. So I like Senna, the way she looks and everything. She is a little bit annoying in the anime, but she is still a good character, Niku. And yeah, so she has a very giant hammer, very giant, bigger than her. And she is wearing very little clothing, of course. She's got the bandage on her boobs, she's got the little thong type underwear, and the chaps, and a belt and shoes. So, yay. And of course, she has her butterfly hair clip. I think, at least from the promo pictures, this one looks good. She has a pretty large booty. But I'm not going to search for this one or anything. I'm not planning on buying it, but it does look okay. It's a decent Senna figure. Yeah, the face looks like her, and the hair looks pretty good. It's kind of chunky a little bit at the ends. Nice little belly button on her. And, pointless straps and everything. I guess suspenders. And yes, a booty shot in the thong shot. And the hammer goes through her hair. Yay. I'm not sure if this one has a giant base or not. I know the Griffin Monster Hunter of Senna does. And since she's been out, I'm sure there's been some user pictures. So let's see what her base looks like. If we can. Because people hate showing bases and stuff. I guess it doesn't look that bad. It's a decent size base. Yeah. So yeah, if you like her, you like her. If you don't like her, you don't. It's up to you. Don't know what her price is in the aftermarket. Okay. So that was Asuna Yuki's suggestions. Sorry I missed you last week, but YouTube will be YouTube. So next, we have Chalk Crow. So let's see what Chalk Crow has suggested for us today. So the first one is Kowanseki from Kantai Collection, one of the Abyssals. She is by Max Factory and is a 1/8 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in June of this year, and MSRP is 18,333 yen. So yay. Yes, let's look at her pictures. So I've never been the biggest fan of the Abyssals. I do have the little Wool Class Metachu, but that one's just so cute, so yay. So they do look a little bit strange to me. Like, personally, I think she would look 100 times better without the horn and with less, black eyeshadow on. But that's just my opinion. I get that they're trying to make them seem creepy and everything, so yay. So she is kneeling in front of a wrecked ship, which is one of the abyssal ships. She has giant finger claw things going on, giant boobs with lots of side boob going on, and the impossible shirt that somehow manages to contain them all. And no stockings, it looks like. There's a Mikatan picture version of her. Yes. Yeah. Nice sculpting on the abyssal ship, the teeth and everything. I guess she does have some stockings on, or maybe that's just her boots or whatever. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of her hand. It doesn't look the greatest to me. Like I said, abyssals aren't really my thing, so it's hard to praise them. But I mean, the skin tone does look kind of like the grayish dead vampire type stuff, like they're evil creatures and all that. Wow, I didn't know this, but her like eyelids and eyelashes are really sticking out from her face. So that's a unique feature. I don't see that on many figures. And yeah, I really don't like the horn. And it looks like she's actually on lava. That's neat. And looks like she's kind of looking a little bit of a downward gaze. So if you do like her and you buy her, you probably want to put her pretty high up. Otherwise, you may not be able to see her face very well. And nice wide hips. So yeah, not a figure for me, but it looks to be a pretty good quality figure and everything. And I mean, it is Good Smile, so yeah, it is going to be good quality. And if you're a fan of the Abyssals, yes, I'm sure she would be a good one for you. So next, Chalk Crow is asking about Saber Bride. This is Chalk Crow, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, yes, this is Saber Bride from Fate Extra CCC, 1/7 scale figure by Good Smile. She came out September 27th of 2016. MSRP was 14,630 yen. So yes, it is a Saber figure, and honestly, I'm a little burned out by Saber figures and all the millions of them that there seem to be. And I don't own any. I'm not interested in owning any. Though this one would be one that I might consider. Because she looks pretty badass and pretty awesome. I think that the white outfit works very well with her. And it's kind of like a wedding type outfit, maybe. I don't know. It's a very oddly shaped but unique and cool looking sword. And, lots of zippers on her skin tight suit. And looks like a bit of a veil going on back there. And she has green eyes in this version of Saber. Why all the Sabers in the Fate world look almost exactly the same, I don't know. And then the ends of the dress look like maybe gold trim, but it kind of looks burned, which is a nice feature. And I just noticed her heels, for some reason, are blue. That's strange. There's a shot of the box. And there she is at a show. And there's a promo picture of her showing front and back. And of course, she has a butt crack window. Easy access. And there's a gif of her spinning around. GIF, whatever you want to say. I don't give a fuck. A little bit of a booty going on. Yeah, the blue heels are now catching my eye and drawing my attention to them. I have no idea why they did that. It doesn't look bad or anything, but yeah, it just catches it. And is different than every other color on her. And I just noticed she has like chain bracelets that go to her fingers and gauntlets. Nice belt going on. There's lots of detail in this one. So yeah, like I said, I'm not the biggest Saber fan. I'm a little burned out on all the figures of her. But I do like this one. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not going to buy it or anything, but if you force me to buy a Saber figure, yeah, this one would probably be a good candidate for me. And maybe for you, too. So, finally, Chalk Crow is asking about Maida Keiji from Hyakuroen Samurai Bride. She is a 1/8 scale figure by Alter, and she came out many times. Originally, January 31st of 2014, and then she had a re-release in 2016. So yay. Original MSRP was 11,238. There was a Hobby Japan, which was 10,286. So, eh. Now this one is a very popular figure. At least I think a lot. Yeah, 627 own her. And she is rated very highly at 9.66. I think this is one of the highest on MSC. Only 149 times, though. Yeah. I do own the Yagyu Jubei and Naoe Kanetsugu from this same series, and they're very, very good figures. And I'm sure that Maeda Keiji is a very, very good figure. Lots of detailing going on her. And she's holding her sword and her umbrella, and she has, lots of boobs going on with very little covering them. And her jacket thing with the sleeves looks very detailed. Alter did a very good job on them. And yeah, she's got the thong and everything going on, and she's a happy girl. I think she would fit very nicely with my two Hyakka figures, and I think she would fit nicely in anyone's collection. It is a very good figure. Um, I'm not looking for her or anything. I'm not planning on buying her, but I have thought about her in the past. Lots of ribbons and stuff going on. And nice detailing in the boots and the wrinkles and everything. And you can see some booty going on there. Looks like she has a pretty deep mouth with a moe fang. And of course cleavage. I do see this one show up a lot on Ami Ami pre-owned, so she's not a very rare figure, it looks like, or hard to find at least. So yeah, I think she looks good, but like I said, I'm not planning on getting her, and I'm not searching for her or anything like that. So yeah, looks good. If you like her, get her. If you don't like her, don't get her. Hyakka is a very ecchi show, so of course she is kind of ecchi, but they're not exposed or anything. So our next suggester is Stuffles Phoenix or Pahonix. Ha 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 ha. So Stuffles only had one suggestion today, and that is, I said close, Yui Takamura from Muv-Luv Alternative Total Eclipse. What the hell is going on? So, this is a 1/4 scale bunny version from Freeing. She is supposed to come out September of this year, 2017. And MSRP is ridiculously high at 22,073 yen. Yeah, I think that's overpriced. Unfortunately, figures tend to be overpriced anymore, so yay. So this is a bunny girl figure, and she is wearing the standard, fishnet stockings and the standard bunny outfit and ears. And typically, I don't care much for bunny figures because they all tend to be so similar. But this one I actually do kind of like. I'm not going to get her, just putting that out there, but I do kind of like her. I like how the ears are kind of unique in that they're yellow with purple insides. And I think that the outfit looks very good on her. The yellow coloring works very nicely with her skin tone and her hair color and her eyes. And of course she has the big boobs. And she is holding her sword. Now, if you take the sword away and you swap the head out with another one, yeah, it's someone else. It's a standard bunny figure. But, I mean, it is what it is. And I think the stockings look okay. Not sure who her friend is offhand. I watched the anime, but I didn't really get into it and never got into the series, so yay. She has a nice, battle type stern face on her. So not a standard smiling or embarrassed look or anything like that. She looks like she's about to kill someone. Nice booty going on back there. very muscular. And she's balancing herself with her fingers. Lots of detailing on the hair, it looks like. Nice strands and everything. So yeah, like I said, this one I do like it, but I'm not going to buy it or anything like that. That's a very expensive price. Let's see what Ami Ami has her for. 18,730 yen. So it's better at Ami Ami, but it's still pretty damn expensive. And since she's a 1/4, it's going to be very expensive to ship her. So yay. No. There. I also use Let's Browse to show off my wallpapers. So yay. And something messed up. There we go. So the next suggester, since Stuffles only had one suggestion, god damn it. Yes, the next suggester, since Stuffles only had one suggestion, is I'm the life form known as Manuel. Now, Manuel only technically has one suggestion, but he did ask me to look at one we've looked at before. So, yeah. Well, what am I doing? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So, the first suggestion is Toka Yatrogami from Date Alive. This is a 1/8 scale figure by Fat Company. And she originally came out April 10th of 2014 with an MSRP of 8,381 yen. And she just went up for a re-release order today. Now her MSRP is 10,000 yen, so she's gone up in price, and she's supposed to come out in November. So, yay. And I think I just messed something up. Okay, back to normal. So, yeah. This, in Date Alive, when I was watching the show, Toka was, to me, best girl. Yet, I haven't seen a figure of her that I actually like. I mean, the bikini one by Griffin looks okay and everything, but it's not quite right. Her prize figure, it's prize figure. And this one, I don't really get it. So she's wearing her school uniform, her top, but then she has the leather, leggings and tiny bit of her astral dress and her sword. It just doesn't make sense why there's the two different looks. I wish they would just make a decent scale figure of her in her astral dress, or in her alternate version, with her negative version. But like I said, I just don't get why they did this one this way. Just my opinion. She looks okay and everything, but I'm definitely not planning on getting this one. The sword looks okay. A very wide blade on it, but that matches what she does have, so it makes sense. Lots of hair going everywhere, always a good thing, as long as it's done right. A little bit of her astral dress showing up, covering her cleavage, and on her cuffs. And red bow tie. And you can tell it's got the little emblem for her skull. So yay. So, and the base, I don't really like it very much either. So, unfortunately, still waiting for a good Toka figure. Fortunately, in the meantime, I'm going to have soon 3 Kurumi figures and uh, crap. The Yarogami sisters. Yuzuru and Kaguya. Yeah, I'm going to have those. So, yeah. Unfortunately, not a good figure in my opinion. But if you like her, go for her. I know a lot of people have bought her because there just isn't a good Toka figure, and this is the closest they're getting. So, anyways, so Manuel also asked me to go back to this Mizuno Kaori from Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, or Your Lie in April. We have talked about this one before, but she just got released, and he wanted me to look at the user pictures because his is going to be a little bit later by the time he gets her, and evidently people are just doing some general complaining, but no one's really talking about her. So we'll look at the user pictures, and yeah, we'll give you my opinion. So I wasn't a fan of this figure before, and I'm still not a fan of it, but let's see. Yeah, the face really seems off, and the hair, don't really like that messy style. I don't think they did it very well. The dress, it's kind of flat on the top part of it, which, I mean, it makes sense. Is a child still, so she's not very busty or anything. So there's not a lot of wrinkling or cleavage stuff going on, which makes sense. The dress seems a little bit shiny. Let's see if we get some better pictures. Oh, I guess it's a like clear dress, so it makes a little bit of sense that it's shiny, and then it's got the matte white underneath, well, cream color, and she's got red high heels on. Base kind of looks, yeah, doesn't look the greatest to me. Yeah, that face really doesn't do it for me. It just, I don't know, like I don't know how to describe it. Like the smile is really like squarish and kind of looks like a big forehead and everything. Yeah, I guess the base is supposed to be like a sky theme with some clouds going on. And she's got a little cat with bug eyes. Yeah, I think this one off to the left looks the best. This one I really think looks the worst. Wrong way. The violin is the star of the show. I think the violin is done very nicely. There's nice wood grain paint going on there, and she's got the strings going on. The bow looks pretty good. So yeah, I think the violin is definitely the star of this figure. Yeah. Yep, still not a fan. Honestly, I really, really don't like this figure. Oops. T. Didn't mean to close it quite yet. Yeah. Well, that's my opinion, unfortunately. Hopefully, when you get yours, Manuel, you like her and she comes out good for you and she gets to you safely. Right now, a 9.0 rated 2 times, 2 9s. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, no one's whining about the face. Bootleg has better color. Yeah, they're really complaining about the dress. And yeah, I think if they didn't do the clear top dress, it would be a better looking figure. But that's just my opinion. So that's all the standard suggestions. So of course we got to go to my suggestions. So, yay. The first one we're going to look at is a Skathawk figure. And mess things up somehow. So yay, we'll fix this. So I do own Plumska Hawk figure. This one is the Quest Q figure that I was hoping would tide me over, but she wasn't even painted at One Fest. She is now painted. She is by Quest Q and is a 1/7 scale figure, and the MSRP is 12,840 yen. And honestly, I think this one does look better, but I'm probably not going to get her since I already have one. Yeah, let's look at some pictures. So it's kind of a similar pose with her holding her lance behind her and everything. But instead of standing with her legs spread apart, she is like kind of running and dancing or whatever, and one knee up in the air. Very nice painting, it looks like, and sculpting. Uh, Definitely has that trademark, purple bodysuit with the like long black boots and ribbing and everything going on, and perky nipples. The hair, I think, looks better. It's a nicer color, and it seems to be more like fine details and strands and everything. Doesn't seem quite as chunky. And the lance seems to be a brighter, shinier shade of red. The face is more of a serious looking face. So yeah, like I said, I do think this one is probably a better figure. So if you waited because you were afraid of having the heads broken and necks broken and everything, this one is probably a good figure for you to look at. And I mean, it is a little bit expensive, but it's cheaper than the other one, at least in the aftermarket. Because yeah, it seems to be a decent figure. And if you're a fan of Skathak and you just like the way she looks, yeah, this is probably going to be a good figure. Who knows? Maybe in the future I'll have her. But like I said, I'm not really planning on getting her right now. I made a decision that I'm going to try my damnedest not to buy any more figures this year because I have so many on pre-order right now and I've spent so much money. And after I made that decision, I woke up yesterday morning and I bought a figure. But yeah, there are a couple that I will buy when they are put up for order, but I'm trying to cut back right now, which is hard to do. So the next one we're going to look at is Lala Satlin Devoluke, made version from Tulavru Darkness, manufactured by Alter. She is supposed to come out in October of 2017 and is a 1/7 scale figure. And the price at AmiAmi is 11,960 yen. And I know I talked about this one at the One Fest special, but that's the special. So let's look at Lala. So I think Lala was best girl in Tulavru, but Lala didn't get much love. Now this figure, unfortunately, she is lifting up her dress and she is having a panty malfunction. So yeah, I mean I know Tulavru is super ecchi and everything, but can't you just have her string bikini bottoms tied? If you're gonna be, whatever. Yeah, so in case you can't tell, definitely not gonna be getting this figure, but she does look to be very well done. Alter has done some pretty amazing Lalas, which thank you, Alter. Hair looks to be nicely done, nicely sculpted. Not quite the biggest fan of the whitish shading they're doing right there. The dress, I mean, it's a simple maid dress, but a lot nice ruffling and wrinkling and everything. And her tail is very nicely painted. And of course, the camel toe is sculpted. Actually, while we're here, nice bone structure in her hips as well. And she has some thigh highs going on. Back of the hair looks pretty nice. Nicely detailed. Lots of strands and everything going on without looking chunky. Yeah. So yeah, if you like Lala or Televeru or ecchi figures, this could be a good one for you. It's not a figure for me though. So next, we have Ryuzu from Clockwork Planet. She is by Kotobukiya and is supposed to come out in August. And she is overpriced at 14,280 yen. I've always praised Kotobukiya for being a reasonably priced figure company, but then they go and do things like this. Now, granted, Ryuzu does have lots going on. There's lots of details, lots of pieces and everything. And I did see on the blog that like the underside of her skirt and stuff like that, it's not just painted in that pattern, but it's actually sculpted in that pattern as well. So I can kind of understand them going expensive if they went that detailed on her. And I do like this figure. I think it looks pretty. I like all the details and everything going on. The eyes I wish were not as like cloudy or foggy looking. I wish they were more clear. And the hair I think would be better with less of the clear effect going on. And I watched a couple episodes of Clockwork Planet, and it's interesting in the world building aspect of it, but the characters they suck. Ryuzu I do kind of like though. So this one is in the back of my mind, even though I have said I'm done buying figures this year. She is in the back of my mind. Maybe if I, somehow come into money, I'll be interested in buying her. But right now, no. Like I said, there is a lot of details going on here. Her hair ornament is lots of gears and everything. The outfit, you've got straps and everything going on. Lots of stuff coming out of her cuffs. The puffy shoulders have holes in them so you can see inside of them. The base is very nice, a nice clock base. Of course, she is standing on a clear plastic disc above it. The stockings look to be nicely detailed and ribbed and everything for her pleasure. And for some reason, she has a bright red ribbon around her neck that goes behind her. But yeah, I like this outfit. Looks pretty good. So yeah, that's Ryuzu. And you can take off her hair ornaments and veil type thing going on and just see her hair. Hair looks eh. You probably want to keep the veil thing on. Doesn't look horrible, but doesn't look the greatest either. But yeah, like I said, I do kind of wish her eyes were more clear and not like this foggy type look. And now we come to another Skathach. This is the assassin version from Fate Grand Order, 1/7 scale, by Plum once again, and she is supposed to come out in July. And at AmiAmi, she is 11,260 yen, which is pretty expensive, but not horribly expensive. So this one has been on and off my want to buy list. I love the artwork that this is based off of. With, her in the bikini Very, very eye-catching colors, the bright pink and the purple and everything. And the skirt looks pretty good. I think this is one of the few times that the translucent skirt really works. And a nice eye-catching ornament or flower in her hair. But there's things about this figure that just don't seem quite right to me. But I'm probably wind up buying her. But yeah, anyways, first of all, I think her head is a little too big for her body. If I look at it, it's almost as wide as her shoulders, and that is very, very not normal. And then for some reason, her top kind of makes her look like she's wearing a push-up bra, which she definitely does not need. And then the positioning of her arms kind of seems a little bit odd to me. So there's things that really don't seem the greatest to me, but she is like very eye-catching. And the base sucks. Yeah, the base just sucks. But yeah, she has a very nice belly on her, at least. The facial expression to go along with the big head does seem a little bit off. Like the smile doesn't seem quite right, and the way her eyes are. So I don't want to buy her, but I may buy her. Who knows? Struggling with this. And here she is without the skirt. So now her left arm really doesn't make sense being in this position. She is holding the knives in this arm, so assassin, yeah, you gotta have some weapons on her. So this one does make a little bit of sense, though I still don't like its positioning. Nice, I don't even know what this line is called, but yeah, the crotch line looks very nice, and the bikini looks good. Sandals look good, and the little ankle bracelet. So yeah, I love her in her bikini, but there's so much about this that just, like I said, just seems off. So struggle is real. And for anyone that instantly says, oh, her head's going to be broken and her neck's going to be broken and everything, the best time to go to a restaurant to eat is right after they get nailed for like a health violation, because you know that they've cleaned it up, they fixed their problems, and they're afraid they're going to get another one. So that's the best time. You're the most guaranteed that it's going to be safe then. So Plum just had the bad experience with the original Scotthox neck breaking. So I'm sure that they fixed the issue. But if they don't, you can't sue me. And finally, we have another Lala figure. And yeah, she looks pretty good. Until we look over here and we see her price is 2,800,000 yen. Because she's a 1-1 scale. So this Lala is manufactured by Design Coco. She is 67.67 inches or 173.5 millimeter or centimeters. So this is 5'7". So yeah, pretty tall. And I'm sure she's going to be pretty heavy too. 45,000 or 45 kilograms. Don't know what the conversion to pounds is. So yeah, she is expensive. Limited to 10 pieces, and it's done through a lottery, and that's freaking expensive. And it's a 1-1 scale figure. So I'm pretty sure none of you are going to buy this. I'm pretty sure none of you will ever see this. But yeah, neither will I. So her one thing with these 1/1 scale figures, the feet always look strange to me. And she's a happy girl, so she's got a happy expression. I seem to have lots of you know detail effects going on them. They almost look like they're covered in glass as well. Um, then you've got Peke, and he's got some stripes going on in his swirly eyeballs. And Lala, of course, has a little bit of a booty going on and her tail going on. Hair has lots of detailing in it, it looks like. Not as much as you might expect for a 1/1 scale figure, though. They tend to actually be fairly plain, which is strange. Because they're bigger, there should be lots more details. At least in my opinion. So yeah, if you're lonely and you have, $2.8 million or million yen to spare, you might be interested in, having a life-size Lala. I doubt she's going to be squeezable either. But yeah. Anyways, I just thought I'd close off with that one. So yeah, that was episode 14 of Let's Browse. It's a day late. Things have happened. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Leave suggestions. Don't leave suggestions. Leave comments. Don't leave comments. Don't like. Subscribe. Don't subscribe. Do whatever the hell you want. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Bye bye.